What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mizzy Miss Cool Cat County YouTube, representing the birds. You know the vibe. Today's video is Howie and Nick Sirianni's press conference. We're going to talk about what they said, what we took away from it, and what we learned. Here we go. Press conference.
We're the 53rd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. The Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Hurts, quarterback.
So we'll end it with Elliott Short-Parks and then Ed Kratz.
This question's for Howie. Howie, there's been a lot of talk this offseason about Jeffrey Lurie's involvement in the draft process. I was wondering if you could walk us through maybe how involved he is, and then during the actual draft, how heavy is his voice in making the final selection?
Well, I think that Jeffrey's involvement is very similar. It's the same as it's always been. He's there to make sure that he's looking through our process, and if he's had any questions about why we're doing things, we're going to go and have those discussions about why the process looks like it does, why our draft board, just based on the descriptions that the coaches and the scouts are giving of this player, he's taking notes on those. Those aren't his evaluations. Those are based on the coaches and scouts and making sure they fit in terms of what he's looking for from that value of that spot. If we're talking about a guy in the first round and we're talking about him as a role player, he may stand up and say, wait a minute, is that really what we're looking for a first round pick? He's not saying this is my opinion, this guy's a role player or not. In terms of his role in the draft room, the draft room, 90% of the time, the work's done. It's all done, and you're just picking them off based on where it is. Now, you may get in a situation where you have a couple of guys, and that you're trying to decide based on them having the same grade. In terms of what his role is, again, he's listening to the conversations that we're having on there, and if he hears something that doesn't really make sense based on some of the meetings we're having, he may say, hey, I remember in that meeting, Jonathan Gannon felt like this wasn't a guy who really fit his system. I'm making something up. He may jump in like that, but he's not jumping in terms of saying hey, I had this guy higher, so let's go and select that guy. Does that make sense, Elliot?
Yep. Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mizzy Miss Cool Cat County YouTube, representing the birds. The press conference with Nick Sirianni, Howie, and Andy Wild, I guess, it's about to be over. I wrote down some notes. First off, let's get this little nonsense out of the way. Neither Howie or Nick Sirianni has named Jalen Hurts the starter for this season yet. He didn't do it. Not yet. I want to get that over with. He didn't do it. Secondly, Nick Sirianni, with all that energy, breathe, Nick, breathe. Now, Howie is proud of the group of scouts and front office. Yeah. Andy said he wants to get the players right. And I totally agree. You got to get the players right because J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Andre Dillard, no. The reason from moving from 6 to 12 is because flexibility creates opportunity. Plus, you got to get more picks for next year. Okay. Howie Roseman is already talking to teams about wanting to move up or back. It better be the up. That's all I'm going to say. It better be the up. For your sake, it better be the up. Let's see. Andy says 10 members of the scouts were at the Senior Bowl and interviewed every player. Okay. I'm okay with that. Now, let's see. Howie says the draft process has been great. We'll see in 8 days. Nick Sirianni with the wide receivers. Oh my God. Listen. If Howie Roseman don't get this right with Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts and this team, keep Nick Sirianni but fire Howie. Please, because listen to what Nick Sirianni wants on wide receiver ability. To give them the ball early on screen, to catch in traffic, it's right there by the way, to separate on an island with press in your face, to win at the loss, and to get the ball mid-air. Listen, Howie got, when it comes to the presser, I was okay with it. I still love the energy of Nick Sirianni. I love the energy. What he's planning to do with the wide receivers, I love it. I don't like the fact that you didn't name Jalen Hurts the starter. I get competition is key. I get it. When it comes to Howie Roseman, it's a wait and see for me. All the chat that you just did is a wait and see for me. You say the process has been good. You said you talked to people to move up or down. It's a wait and see for me. Because all I hear from you is chat. Talk. I want results. Everything that you said, I want results. I want results. The question is, Howie, are you going to give me results? You won't, because you're bad at drafting. Andre Dillard, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside? No, you're bad at drafting, Howie. You're bad at drafting. You're bad. You're B-A-D. So, Nick Sirianni, keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, Nicky Sirianni. Howie, talk is cheap. Prove it. Talk is cheap. Prove it. All this, prove it. Andy, nice to meet you. Put Howie on his place. Don't be the next guy to be fired. I was impressed by the Nick Sirianni parts. The Howie parts, all this. Talk is cheap, Howie. I want results. And I need results in 8 days. Fly, Eagles, fly. Birds.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!